Ever feel like you're constantly bending to others' demands and losing yourself in the process? It's time to reclaim your power and stand firm with assertiveness. There comes a moment in life when you must decide how much of yourself you are willing to give away, how much of your energy and time you will sacrifice for the sake of others. It's easy to fall into the habit of always saying yes, of bending over backward to accommodate the needs of those around you. But let me ask you this: when was the last time you set a firm boundary, or stood up for your own needs without hesitation? Setting clear boundaries is an act of self-respect, a declaration to the world that your time, energy, and emotional well-being are sacred and must be honored. When you establish boundaries, you define the space in which you operate, the limits of what you will and will not accept. This is not about shutting people out. It's about creating a framework within which healthy relationships can thrive. Boundaries are the invisible lines that protect your personal space physically, emotionally, and mentally. They are essential because they help you maintain your identity and autonomy in a world that often demands conformity and compromise. Without boundaries, you risk losing yourself in the expectations and demands of others, drifting away from your own needs and desires. The first step in setting boundaries is to understand your own needs and values. What is non-negotiable for you? What are the things that, if crossed, leave you feeling drained, disrespected, or used? Take time to reflect on these questions and be honest with yourself. The clearer you are about your own needs, the more effectively you can communicate them to others. Once you have clarity, the next step is communication. Boundaries are only as effective as your ability to express them. This doesn't mean you have to be confrontational or harsh, but it does require firmness and clarity. Use I statements to express your needs, such as, "I need time for myself," or "I feel uncomfortable." When this happens, the goal is not to control others, but to communicate what is necessary for you to maintain your well-being. It's also important to remember that boundaries are not rigid walls. They can be flexible, depending on the context and the relationship. However, this flexibility should not come at the expense of your comfort or values. Be discerning about when and where it is appropriate to adjust your boundaries, and make sure that any adjustments are made consciously, rather than out of a desire to please others or avoid conflict. Enforcing boundaries can be challenging, especially if you're not used to doing so. You might face resistance, pushback, or even guilt from those who are accustomed to you always saying yes. But remember, the purpose of boundaries is to protect your energy and well-being, not to appease others. Stand firm in your decisions, and know that those who truly care about you will respect the boundaries you set. Boundaries are a reflection of your self-worth. When you set and maintain them, you signal to yourself and others that you are deserving of respect and care. They empower you to take control of your life, to create a space where you can thrive, free from the undue influence or demands of others. Boundaries are not just about keeping negative influences out. They are about making space for what truly nourishes you, allowing you to grow and flourish in your own right. Valuing your time and energy is an essential practice in living a fulfilled and purposeful life. These are your most precious resources, irreplaceable and finite. Unlike material possessions, once your time is spent, it can never be regained. Similarly, your energy is not limitless. It requires careful management to sustain your well-being and productivity. When you learn to value these resources, you begin to make decisions that honor your true priorities and protect you from the distractions that can drain your vitality. The first step in valuing your time and energy is to recognize their worth. Consider how you spend your days. Are you investing your time in activities that align with your goals and values, or are you allowing it to be consumed by tasks and people that offer little return? Take a moment to evaluate where your energy goes. Are you invigorated by the work you do, the people you interact with, and the goals you pursue, or do you find yourself feeling depleted and unfulfilled? Once you have a clear understanding of how your time and energy are being used, you can begin to make conscious choices about where to direct them. This involves setting priorities and being intentional about how you allocate your resources. It means saying no to the things that do not serve your greater purpose, even if it means disappointing others or stepping outside your comfort zone. Every time you say yes to something, you are saying no to something else, often to the things that matter most to you. Understanding this dynamic is key to reclaiming your time and energy. It's also important to be mindful of the people and activities that drain your energy without contributing positively to your life. These are the energy vampires, the situations and individuals that leave you feeling exhausted and diminished. Identify them and take steps to minimize their impact. This might mean setting boundaries, limiting interactions, or even letting go of certain relationships or commitments altogether. Remember, your energy is sacred, and it should be reserved for those who uplift you and for endeavors that bring you closer to your true self. In valuing your time and energy, it's crucial to cultivate a sense of self-worth. When you believe in your inherent value, you naturally begin to protect your resources with greater vigilance. You no longer feel obligated to give away your time and energy to everyone who asks for it. Instead, you become more discerning, choosing to invest in what truly matters. This shift in mindset allows you to live with greater focus, clarity, and purpose. The key aspect of valuing your time and energy is learning to manage them effectively. This involves creating routines and habits that support your goals and well-being. It means being proactive about scheduling time for rest, self-care, and activities that rejuvenate you. It also means being strategic about how you approach tasks, focusing on high-impact activities that move you closer to your objectives, rather than getting bogged down in busy work that offers little payoff. Valuing your time and energy also requires you to be present in the moment. Often we squander these resources by dwelling on the past or worrying about the future, rather than fully engaging with the here and now. Practice mindfulness, and you'll find that your time is spent more meaningfully and your energy is more effectively harnessed. When you are present, you can better appreciate the richness of your experiences and make the most of the opportunities that come your way. Valuing your time and energy means recognizing that rest and rejuvenation are not luxuries, they are necessities. Just as you would refuel a car when it's running low on gas, you must also recharge your own batteries. Prioritize sleep, relaxation, and activities that nourish your soul. This is not indulgence, it's essential maintenance that ensures you have the stamina and clarity to pursue your goals with vigor and enthusiasm. In honoring your time and energy, you honor yourself. You set a standard for how others should treat you, and you create a life that reflects your deepest values and desires. Standing up for yourself is a powerful act of self-affirmation, a declaration that you are worthy of respect, consideration, and fairness. It involves asserting your needs, desires, and boundaries, even in the face of opposition or discomfort. This is not about being confrontational or aggressive, rather, it is about honoring your own dignity and ensuring that others do the same. At the core of standing up for yourself is the recognition that your voice matters. Every time you choose to speak up, you are affirming your right to exist as you are, to have your opinions heard, and to have your needs met. This requires a deep understanding of your own value, a belief that you are deserving of the same respect and consideration that you afford others. Without this self-belief, it becomes all too easy to remain silent, to let others dictate your actions and decisions. One of the key elements of standing up for yourself is developing the courage to say no. Many people struggle with this, fearing that refusal will lead to conflict, disappointment, or rejection. However, saying no is a crucial part of maintaining your autonomy and protecting your well-being. It is an act of self-care that sets the boundaries of what you are willing to tolerate. When you say no to something that doesn't align with your values or priorities, you are saying yes to yourself, to your own needs, and to the life you truly want to live. Standing up for yourself also means holding your ground when challenged. This can be particularly difficult in situations where there is pressure to conform, to go along with the majority, or to appease those in positions of authority. However, true self-respect comes from staying true to your principles, even when it is uncomfortable or unpopular. It's about having the inner strength to resist the temptation to compromise your integrity for the sake of fitting in or avoiding conflict. This act of self-assertion is not just about defending yourself against external challenges, it's also about overcoming the internal barriers that can hold you back. These barriers often take the form of self-doubt, fear, or a lack of confidence. To stand up for yourself, you must first confront these inner voices that tell you that you are not enough, that your opinions don't matter, or that you should stay silent to avoid rocking the boat. Challenge these thoughts and replace them with affirmations of your worth and capability. Communication is another critical aspect of standing up for yourself. It's not enough to simply feel that you deserve respect. You must be able to articulate your needs clearly and confidently. This means expressing yourself in a way that is direct yet respectful, firm yet empathetic. Avoid passive or aggressive communication styles, as they can undermine your message and your intent. Instead, aim for assertiveness, a balanced approach that conveys your needs and feelings without belittling others or diminishing your own worth. It's also important to recognize that standing up for yourself does not mean you must go it alone. There is strength in seeking support from those who respect and understand you. Surround yourself with individuals who encourage you to be your authentic self, who stand by you when you assert your needs, and who reinforce your confidence. Their support can provide you with the additional courage needed to stand firm in situations where you might otherwise falter. Standing up for yourself is an ongoing practice. It's something that you build over time, with each instance of self-assertion adding to your sense of empowerment. You will likely face setbacks along the way, moments where you doubt your right to speak up, or where your efforts to stand firm are met with resistance. But each of these moments is an opportunity to learn and grow, to strengthen your resolve, and to deepen your commitment to yourself. Remember that standing up for yourself is not about winning battles or proving others wrong. It's about honoring your truth and ensuring that your life reflects your values, desires, and boundaries. It's about living in a way that is authentic to who you are, without compromising your integrity or your sense of self. When you stand up for yourself, you are not just defending your rights, you are affirming your existence, your purpose, and your place in the world. Avoiding people-pleasing is an essential step in reclaiming your authenticity and living a life that aligns with your true self. People-pleasing, the habit of constantly seeking to meet the expectations and desires of others, often comes at the cost of your own happiness, integrity, and personal growth. While it may seem harmless or even virtuous on the surface, people-pleasing can lead to a life where your own needs are neglected, your voice is silenced, and your true potential is stifled. The roots of people-pleasing often lie in a deep-seated desire for approval and acceptance. Many people fall into the habit because they equate the approval of others with their own self-worth. They may fear rejection or conflict, believing that by accommodating everyone else's needs, they can avoid discomfort and maintain harmony in their relationships. However, this approach is ultimately self-defeating, as it places your value in the hands of others, leaving you vulnerable to their whims and expectations. To avoid people-pleasing, the first step is to shift your focus inward. Begin by recognizing that your worth is inherent and does not depend on the validation of others. Understand that you have the right to prioritize your own needs, desires, and well-being, even if it means disappointing others or facing their disapproval. This shift in perspective is empowering, as it allows you to reclaim control over your life and decisions. Next, it's important to practice saying no. People-pleasers often struggle with this because they fear the consequences, whether it's hurting someone's feelings, being perceived as selfish, or losing someone's favor. However, saying no is a crucial skill in maintaining healthy boundaries and protecting your time and energy. When you say no, you are not being unkind or selfish. You are simply asserting your right to make choices that are in your best interest. It's important to remember that every yes you give to others is a no to something else, often something that matters deeply to you. Another key aspect of avoiding people-pleasing is learning to embrace your own voice. People-pleasers often suppress their true thoughts and feelings to avoid conflict or to fit in with others' expectations. However, by doing so, you deny yourself the opportunity to express your authentic self and to contribute your unique perspective to the world. Start by identifying situations where you tend to hold back and make a conscious effort to speak up. This doesn't mean you have to be confrontational. It simply means being honest about your thoughts, feelings, and needs. It's also important to let go of the need to be liked by everyone. The reality is that no matter what you do, there will always be people who disagree with you or who do not like you. This is a natural part of life, and it does not reflect on your worth as a person. When you stop trying to please everyone, you free yourself from the impossible task of seeking universal approval and instead focus on living in a way that is true to yourself. This shift allows you to build deeper, more meaningful relationships with those who genuinely appreciate you for who you are, rather than for what you can do for them. Self-awareness plays a crucial role in breaking free from people-pleasing tendencies. Take time to reflect on your motivations when you find yourself agreeing to something you're not comfortable with, or suppressing your own needs. Ask yourself whether you are acting out of genuine desire or out of a need to please others. The more you become aware of these patterns, the easier it becomes to make conscious choices that align with your true self rather than automatic responses driven by fear or insecurity. Cultivating self-compassion is another important aspect of avoiding people-pleasing. Often people-pleasers are their own harshest critics, berating themselves for not meeting others' expectations or for being perceived as difficult or uncooperative. By practicing self-compassion, you learn to treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you extend to others. This shift in mindset helps you to prioritize your own well-being and to make decisions that are in line with your needs and values. It's also helpful to surround yourself with people who support your growth and encourage you to be your authentic self. These are the individuals who will respect your boundaries, value your honesty, and appreciate you for who you are rather than for what you can do for them. Building a network of supportive relationships can provide the encouragement and reinforcement you need as you navigate the challenges of breaking free from people-pleasing. Remember that avoiding people-pleasing is not about becoming indifferent to others or rejecting the importance of kindness and cooperation. It's about finding a balance where you can be true to yourself while also being considerate of others. It's about recognizing that your needs, desires, and well-being are just as important as those of the people around you. When you stop people-pleasing, you create space for genuine, authentic connections where both your needs and the needs of others can be met in a way that is healthy, respectful, and fulfilling. Cultivating self-respect is foundational to living a life of dignity, fulfillment, and authenticity. Self-respect is the recognition of your inherent worth and the commitment to treat yourself with the honor and consideration you deserve. It is not something that can be given to you by others. It must be developed and nurtured from within. When you cultivate self-respect, you lay the groundwork for all other forms of respect, both from yourself and from others. At the heart of self-respect is the understanding that you are worthy of love, kindness, and care just as much as anyone else. This means acknowledging your strengths, accepting your weaknesses, and valuing yourself for who you are, rather than for what you do or how others perceive you. It's about embracing your imperfections and recognizing that they do not diminish your value. In fact, it is in accepting your full, authentic self that you begin to truly respect yourself. To cultivate self-respect, you must first practice self-awareness. Take time to reflect on how you perceive yourself and how you treat yourself in various situations. Are you kind and forgiving when you make a mistake, or do you harshly criticize yourself? Do you stand up for your needs and desires, or do you constantly put others' needs ahead of your own? Self-awareness allows you to identify areas where you may be undermining your self-respect and gives you the insight needed to make positive changes. One of the most important aspects of cultivating self-respect is setting and maintaining healthy boundaries. Boundaries are the limits you set to protect your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. They are an essential expression of self-respect as they communicate to others that your time, energy, and resources are valuable and should not be taken for granted. Establishing boundaries can be challenging, especially if you are used to prioritizing others over yourself. But it is a crucial step in honoring your own needs and maintaining your self-respect. Another key component of self-respect is self-discipline. This involves making choices that align with your values and long-term goals, even when it's difficult or inconvenient. Self-discipline is about honoring your commitments to yourself, whether it's pursuing a goal, maintaining your health, or staying true to your principles. It's the practice of doing what you know is right for you, rather than giving in to short-term desires or external pressures. Through self-discipline, you build a strong sense of integrity, which in turn deepens your self-respect. Respecting yourself also means treating yourself with kindness and compassion. This involves being patient with yourself when you're learning something new, forgiving yourself when you make mistakes, and encouraging yourself when you face challenges. Self-compassion is not about making excuses or avoiding responsibility. It's about recognizing your humanity and giving yourself the grace to grow and improve over time. By practicing self-compassion, you strengthen your self-respect and create a more positive and supportive relationship with yourself. It's also important to take pride in your achievements and to acknowledge the effort and dedication you put into your endeavors. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small, and give yourself credit for the progress you've made. This not only boosts your self-esteem, but also reinforces the belief that you are deserving of respect and recognition. Taking pride in your accomplishments is not about seeking validation from others. It's about recognizing your own worth and the value of your contributions. Another way to cultivate self-respect is to surround yourself with people who respect and support you. The company you keep has a significant impact on how you view yourself and how you are treated. Seek out relationships that uplift and encourage you, and distance yourself from those that belittle or undermine you. Being in the presence of individuals who value and respect you reinforces your own sense of self-worth and helps you maintain high standards for how you allow others to treat you. It's also important to be mindful of the way you speak to yourself. Your inner dialogue has a powerful influence on your self-respect. If you constantly criticize or belittle yourself, you reinforce negative beliefs about your worth. Instead, practice positive self-talk by affirming your strengths, acknowledging your efforts, and reminding yourself of your value. The more you speak to yourself with kindness and respect, the more you will internalize these beliefs and reflect them in your actions and decisions. Cultivating self-respect also involves taking responsibility for your life and choices. This means owning up to your mistakes, learning from them, and making a commitment to do better in the future. It's about recognizing that you have the power to shape your life and that you are responsible for your happiness and well-being. When you take responsibility for your life, you empower yourself to make choices that honor your values and aspirations, further strengthening your self-respect. Remember that self-respect is an ongoing practice. It's something you must actively cultivate each day through your thoughts, actions, and choices. There will be times when you falter, when you make decisions that don't align with your self-respect. In these moments, it's important to forgive yourself, learn from the experience, and recommit to treating yourself with the respect you deserve. The journey of cultivating self-respect is a lifelong one, but it is also one of the most rewarding, as it lays the foundation for a life of fulfillment, integrity, and true self-worth. Practicing tough love is a powerful and compassionate approach to personal relationships and self-development. It involves setting firm boundaries and expectations, holding yourself and others accountable, and making difficult decisions that prioritize long-term well-being over immediate comfort or approval. Tough love is not about being harsh or unkind. Rather, it is about demonstrating genuine care and respect by addressing issues honestly and proactively, even when it is challenging to do so. At its core, tough love is rooted in the belief that true compassion sometimes requires firmness and discipline. It recognizes that enabling harmful behaviors or continuously making excuses can lead to greater harm in the long run. By practicing tough love, you encourage growth, responsibility, and self-sufficiency in yourself and others. It is an act of love that seeks to support and uplift, even if it involves short-term discomfort or conflict. Implementing tough love begins with self-reflection and clarity about your values and goals. Understand what is truly important to you and what behaviors or situations are unacceptable. This clarity allows you to set appropriate boundaries and standards in your relationships and personal conduct. It also helps you to recognize when tough love is necessary to address behaviors that are detrimental to well-being and growth. Communication is a critical component of practicing tough love effectively. Express your expectations, concerns, and boundaries clearly and respectfully. Use direct and honest language, and ensure that your message is delivered with empathy and understanding. It is important to convey that your firmness comes from a place of care and a desire for positive outcomes. Active listening is also essential. Be open to hearing the perspectives and feelings of others and engage in constructive dialogue that fosters mutual respect and understanding. In practicing tough love, consistency is key. Uphold the boundaries and standards you have set, and follow through on consequences when necessary. Inconsistency can undermine your efforts and send mixed messages, making it harder for others to understand and respect your intentions. Consistent application of tough love reinforces the importance of accountability and helps to establish trust and reliability in your relationships. It's important to recognize that practicing tough love can be emotionally challenging. You may experience guilt, fear of conflict, or worry about damaging relationships. However, it's crucial to remember that avoiding necessary confrontations or allowing harmful behaviors to continue can lead to more significant problems over time. Embrace the discomfort as part of the process of fostering healthier and more authentic connections. Support yourself through these challenges by seeking advice, practicing self-care, and reminding yourself of the long-term benefits of your actions. In relationships with others, tough love can manifest in various ways. It may involve confronting a loved one about destructive habits, refusing to enable negative behaviors, or encouraging someone to take responsibility for their actions. While these interventions may cause temporary strain, they often lead to improved relationships and personal growth. By holding others accountable, you empower them to make positive changes and take control of their lives. Practicing tough love towards yourself is equally important. This means being honest about your own shortcomings, setting personal goals, and holding yourself accountable for your actions and decisions. It involves pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, embracing discipline, and making choices that serve your long-term well-being, even when they are difficult. Self-directed tough love fosters resilience, self-improvement, and a stronger sense of self-worth. It's also essential to balance toughness with compassion. While firmness is necessary, empathy and understanding should always underpin your actions. Recognize the struggles and emotions involved and approach situations with kindness and patience. This balance ensures that tough love remains a constructive and supportive force rather than becoming punitive or damaging. Understanding the appropriate context and timing for tough love is crucial. Assess each situation carefully to determine whether a firm approach is necessary and likely to be effective. Consider the individual's readiness to receive and respond to tough love, and be sensitive to their emotional state and circumstances. Applying tough love thoughtfully increases the likelihood of positive outcomes and preserves the integrity of your relationships. Lastly, acknowledge and celebrate the progress and positive changes that result from practicing tough love. Recognizing successes reinforces the effectiveness of your approach and provides motivation to continue applying these principles in your life. It also helps to heal any temporary rifts that may have occurred during the process, strengthening bonds and fostering mutual respect and appreciation. By integrating tough love into your interactions and personal development, you cultivate an environment of honesty, accountability, and genuine care. This approach not only supports the growth and well-being of those around you, but also enhances your own resilience, confidence, and fulfillment. Strengthening your inner voice is one of the most empowering steps you can take toward personal growth, self-reliance, and emotional resilience. Your inner voice is the mental dialogue that guides your thoughts, decisions, and actions. It can either be a source of encouragement and wisdom or a wellspring of doubt and negativity. By consciously cultivating a strong, positive inner voice, you can navigate life's challenges with greater confidence, clarity, and purpose. The first step in strengthening your inner voice is to become aware of it. Pay attention to the thoughts that run through your mind throughout the day. Are they supportive or critical? Do they build you up or tear you down? This awareness is crucial because it allows you to identify patterns in your thinking that may be undermining your self-esteem or holding you back from achieving your goals. Once you recognize these patterns, you can begin the work of transforming your inner dialogue into a more positive and empowering force. One of the most effective ways to strengthen your inner voice is through the practice of positive self-talk. Positive self-talk involves consciously replacing negative, self-defeating thoughts with affirming and constructive ones. For example, instead of telling yourself, "I can't do this," you might say, "I am capable, and I can figure this out." This shift in language may seem small, but it has a profound impact on how you perceive yourself and your abilities. Over time, positive self-talk becomes a habit, and your inner voice becomes a reliable source of encouragement and motivation. Another important aspect of strengthening your inner voice is to challenge and reframe negative beliefs. Often our inner dialogue is shaped by past experiences, societal conditioning, or the opinions of others. These influences can lead to limiting beliefs that keep us stuck in unproductive patterns. To overcome these beliefs, start by questioning their validity. Ask yourself if the negative thoughts you're experiencing are truly reflective of reality, or if they're based on assumptions or fears. By challenging these thoughts, you create space for new, more empowering beliefs to take root. In addition to reframing negative beliefs, it's important to cultivate self-compassion. Your inner voice should be a source of kindness and understanding, especially during times of difficulty or failure. When you make a mistake or face a setback, resist the urge to criticize or berate yourself. Instead, speak to yourself with the same empathy and encouragement you would offer a friend. This practice not only strengthens your inner voice, but also fosters emotional resilience, helping you bounce back from challenges with greater ease. Mindfulness and meditation are powerful tools for strengthening your inner voice. These practices help you develop greater awareness of your thoughts and emotions, allowing you to observe your inner dialogue without getting caught up in it. Through regular mindfulness practice, you learn to create a space between your thoughts and your reactions, giving you the ability to choose how you respond to your inner voice. This awareness empowers you to cultivate a more intentional and supportive inner dialogue. Visualization is another technique that can help reinforce a strong inner voice. By visualizing yourself succeeding in various aspects of your life, you create a mental blueprint of confidence and capability. As you repeatedly see yourself overcoming obstacles and achieving your goals in your mind's eye, your inner voice begins to align with this vision, reinforcing positive beliefs and attitudes. Visualization not only boosts your self-confidence, but also prepares your mind to act in ways that support your desired outcomes. Setting clear, achievable goals is also essential for strengthening your inner voice. When you set and accomplish goals, you build trust in yourself and your abilities. This trust translates into a more confident and assertive inner dialogue. Break down larger goals into smaller, manageable steps and celebrate your progress along the way. Each success, no matter how small, reinforces your inner voice with messages of competence and determination. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is another key to strengthening your inner voice. The people you interact with and the environments you spend time in can significantly impact your thoughts and attitudes. Seek out relationships and communities that uplift and inspire you. Engage with content, whether books, podcasts, or media, that promotes growth, positivity, and self-empowerment. By immersing yourself in supportive and encouraging environments, you reinforce the strength and positivity of your inner voice. Journaling is a practical and reflective tool that can help you connect with and strengthen your inner voice. Writing down your thoughts, feelings, and experiences allows you to process them more deeply and gain insights into your inner dialogue. Use your journal to affirm your strengths, set intentions, and reflect on your progress. Over time, journaling can become a powerful practice for nurturing a positive and resilient inner voice. Another crucial aspect of strengthening your inner voice is learning to trust it. This means listening to your intuition and allowing it to guide your decisions, even when external pressures or opinions suggest otherwise. Trusting your inner voice requires courage and a willingness to stand by your convictions, even in the face of doubt or opposition. The more you practice trusting your inner voice, the more confident and assertive it becomes, guiding you toward choices that are aligned with your true self. Remember that strengthening your inner voice is an ongoing process. It requires patience, persistence, and a commitment to self-improvement. There will be times when your inner dialogue falters and negativity or self-doubt creeps in. In these moments, it's important to practice self-compassion and return to the techniques that help you cultivate a positive inner voice. With time and dedication, your inner voice will become a powerful ally, guiding you toward a life of greater confidence, fulfillment, and self-empowerment. Recognizing manipulation tactics is an essential skill for maintaining your personal integrity, protecting your boundaries, and navigating relationships with confidence. Manipulation can be subtle, often disguised as concern, advice, or even affection, making it challenging to identify. However, by becoming aware of common manipulation tactics and learning to trust your instincts, you can safeguard yourself from being influenced or controlled by others. One of the most common manipulation tactics is guilt tripping. This occurs when someone attempts to make you feel guilty or ashamed to get you to do something against your better judgment. For example, a manipulator might say, "If you really cared about me, you would do this, or after all I've done for you, this is the least you could do." These statements are designed to evoke a sense of obligation, making you feel as though you owe the manipulator something. Recognizing guilt tripping involves understanding that your worth and actions are not defined by someone else's attempts to control your emotions. By identifying this tactic, you can assertively stand your ground and make decisions based on your values, rather than out of guilt. Another common tactic is gaslighting. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation in which the manipulator tries to make you question your reality, memory, or perceptions. They might deny events that happen, twist your words, or suggest that you're being overly sensitive or irrational. Over time, gaslighting can erode your confidence and self-trust, leaving you dependent on the manipulator's version of reality. To recognize gaslighting, pay attention to patterns where you consistently feel confused, doubted, or invalidated after interactions with a particular person. Trust your memory and instincts, and seek validation from trusted sources outside the manipulative relationship. Love-bombing is a tactic where someone overwhelms you with affection, praise, or attention to gain control over you. This often happens at the beginning of a relationship, whether personal or professional, where the manipulator seeks to win your trust and loyalty quickly. They might shower you with compliments, gifts, or constant communication, making you feel incredibly valued and special. However, this excessive attention often comes with hidden expectations and demands for your time, energy, or loyalty. Recognizing love bombing involves noticing the speed and intensity of the affection and questioning whether it feels authentic or manipulative. It's important to maintain your boundaries and take time to build trust naturally, rather than being swept up in a whirlwind of attention. Triangulation is another manipulative tactic where a person involves a third party in your conflict or conversation to create division, competition, or to validate their point. For example, they might say, "Even so-and-so agrees with me that you're wrong," or "I've already talked to someone else about this," and they think your overreacting. Triangulation is designed to isolate you and make you feel as though you're the problem, leading you to question your stance. Recognizing this tactic requires you to see the pattern of involving others to undermine your position. By acknowledging it, you can refocus the conversation on the actual issue at hand and avoid being drawn into unnecessary conflicts with third parties. Another manipulative tactic is emotional blackmail. This occurs when someone uses fear, obligation, or guilt to control your actions. They might threaten to withdraw their love, end the relationship, or harm themselves if you don't comply with their wishes. For example, they might say, "If you leave me, I'll never be able to move on," or "I can't believe you would do this to me after everything we've been through." Emotional blackmail is designed to trap you in a cycle of fear and dependency, making you feel responsible for the manipulator's emotions and actions. Recognizing this tactic requires you to separate your feelings of compassion from the manipulator's attempts to control you. Understand that their well-being is not your responsibility, and that their threats are a form of coercion rather than genuine emotional expression. Playing the victim is another manipulation strategy where the manipulator portrays themselves as helpless or wrong to elicit your sympathy and compliance. They might exaggerate their hardships, blame others for their problems, or constantly seek your reassurance and support. By positioning themselves as the victim, they make you feel guilty for setting boundaries or saying no, leading you to take on their responsibilities or needs at the expense of your own. Recognizing this tactic involves distinguishing between genuine expressions of need and manipulation disguised as victimhood. It's important to offer support from a place of empathy, without allowing yourself to be manipulated into sacrificing your own well-being. The silent treatment is a passive-aggressive tactic used to punish or control you by withdrawing communication or affection. When someone gives you the silent treatment, they are attempting to create anxiety and uncertainty, forcing you to apologize or give in to their demands to restore harmony. This tactic can be particularly damaging because it plays on your fear of abandonment or rejection. Recognizing the silent treatment involves understanding that it is a form of emotional manipulation, not a healthy way of resolving conflict. Instead of reacting with anxiety or desperation, give the other person space while maintaining your boundaries and self-respect. Projection is another tactic where the manipulator accuses you of the very behavior they are engaging in. For example, they might accuse you of being selfish, dishonest, or controlling, when in fact these are behaviors they are exhibiting. Projection is a way for the manipulator to deflect responsibility and place the blame on you, causing you to question yourself and your actions. Recognizing projection involves being aware of your own behavior and intentions and not accepting unfounded accusations as truth. By understanding this tactic, you can calmly address the real issues at hand without being derailed by the manipulator's attempts to shift blame. Overloading you with information or intellectualizing is a tactic where the manipulator overwhelms you with facts, figures, or complex arguments to confuse you and assert their superiority. This tactic can make you feel inadequate, unprepared, or too overwhelmed to challenge their point of view. Recognizing this involves staying grounded in your own knowledge and understanding, and not allowing yourself to be intimidated or swayed by a barrage of information. Ask for clarification. Take time to process the information. And don't be afraid to assert your perspective, even if it differs from the manipulator's. By learning to recognize these manipulation tactics, you empower yourself to maintain control over your thoughts, emotions, and decisions. This awareness enables you to respond to manipulative behavior with confidence and assertiveness. Protecting your boundaries and ensuring that your relationships are based on mutual respect and honesty. Prioritizing self-care is crucial for maintaining your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. It involves consciously taking steps to nurture and sustain yourself, ensuring that you are equipped to handle life's demands and challenges effectively. Self-care is not a luxury, but a necessity that enables you to live a balanced, fulfilling life and to be present for others in a meaningful way. Physical self-care is the foundation of overall well-being. It includes practices that support your body's health and vitality, such as regular exercise, nutritious eating, and adequate sleep. Incorporating physical activity into your routine enhances your energy levels, reduces stress, and improves your mood. Choose activities that you enjoy, whether it's jogging, dancing, yoga, or a team sport, to make exercise a sustainable part of your lifestyle. Similarly, paying attention to your diet by consuming a variety of nutrient-rich foods supports your immune system, cognitive function, and overall health. Prioritizing sufficient sleep is equally important. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night to allow your body to recover and rejuvenate. Regular checkups with healthcare professionals and addressing any health issues promptly also contribute to physical self-care. Emotional self-care involves acknowledging and addressing your emotional needs and well-being. This includes identifying and processing your feelings, setting aside time for activities that bring you joy and relaxation, and practicing mindfulness and stress management techniques. Engaging in activities that uplift your mood, such as hobbies, creative pursuits, or spending time with loved ones, helps to maintain emotional balance. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation or deep breathing exercises, can also help you stay grounded and manage stress more effectively. It's important to allow yourself to experience and express your emotions rather than suppressing them. Journaling, talking with a trusted friend or therapist, or engaging in self-reflection can aid in processing emotions and enhancing emotional resilience. Mental self-care focuses on maintaining and improving cognitive health and clarity. This involves engaging in activities that stimulate your mind, promote learning, and reduce mental clutter. Reading books, solving puzzles, or learning a new skill can keep your mind sharp and engaged. Additionally, setting aside time for relaxation and mental rest is essential to prevent burnout and cognitive overload. Techniques such as organizing your tasks, setting realistic goals, and practicing effective time management can help reduce mental stress and enhance productivity. It's also beneficial to set boundaries on work and technology use to ensure you have time to recharge mentally. Social self-care emphasizes the importance of maintaining healthy relationships and social interactions. Building and nurturing connections with others provides emotional support, enhances your sense of belonging, and contributes to overall happiness. Spend quality time with friends and family, participate in social activities that align with your interests, and seek out communities where you feel valued and understood. It's important to cultivate relationships that are supportive and positive, and to establish boundaries with individuals who may drain your energy or contribute to stress. Personal self-care involves taking time to invest in your personal development and self-improvement. This includes setting and pursuing personal goals, engaging in activities that align with your values and passions, and practicing self-compassion. Take time to reflect on your aspirations and work towards achieving them, whether through education, career advancement, or personal projects. Engaging in activities that reinforce your sense of identity and purpose, such as volunteering, creative expression, or self-discovery, contributes to a sense of fulfillment and self-worth. Boundaries are a crucial aspect of self-care, involving the establishment and maintenance of limits that protect your well-being. Clearly communicate your limits to others and practice assertiveness in enforcing them. This includes setting boundaries with work, family, and social obligations to ensure you have adequate time for self-care and personal interests. It's important to recognize when you are overextended and to take proactive steps to rebalance your commitments. By setting and respecting your boundaries, you create space for rest, relaxation, and personal growth. Rest and relaxation are fundamental components of self-care that allow you to recharge and rejuvenate. Prioritize activities that help you unwind and reduce stress, such as taking a bath, reading a book, or engaging in a relaxing hobby. Incorporate regular breaks into your daily routine, and ensure that you have designated time for relaxation and self-care. Creating a calming environment at home, practicing relaxation techniques, and scheduling time for leisure activities can enhance your overall sense of well-being. Self-compassion is an essential element of self-care that involves treating yourself with kindness and understanding, especially during times of difficulty or failure. Practice self-compassion by acknowledging your struggles and imperfections without judgment. Offer yourself the same empathy and support that you would extend to a friend facing similar challenges. Self-compassion helps to reduce self-criticism, foster resilience, and build a positive self-image. Seeking support is an important aspect of self-care, as it involves recognizing when you need help and reaching out for it. This could mean seeking guidance from a mentor, counselor, or therapist, or simply talking with friends and family about your challenges. These support networks provide valuable perspective, encouragement, and practical assistance, contributing to your overall well-being. Don't hesitate to seek professional help if you are struggling with mental health issues or facing significant life challenges. Embracing hobbies and interests is another key component of self-care, as engaging in activities you enjoy can provide a sense of fulfillment and joy. Pursue hobbies that bring you satisfaction, whether they are creative, recreational, or intellectual. Engaging in activities that align with your interests helps to maintain a sense of balance and provides an outlet for expression and relaxation. Prioritizing self-care is not a one-time task, but an ongoing practice that requires regular attention and adjustment. By integrating these self-care practices into your daily life, you cultivate a foundation of well-being that supports your overall health, happiness, and resilience. Embracing assertiveness is a crucial aspect of personal empowerment and effective communication. Assertiveness involves expressing your thoughts, feelings, and needs clearly and confidently while respecting the rights and perspectives of others. It is the balance between passivity and aggression, allowing you to advocate for yourself without stepping on others. Developing assertiveness can significantly enhance your relationships, reduce stress, and improve your self-esteem. Understanding assertiveness is about being honest and open about your own needs and desires without disregarding the needs of others. It involves stating your preferences and boundaries clearly and respectfully. Recognizing the difference between assertiveness, passivity, and aggression is key. Passivity involves suppressing your needs and desires to avoid conflict, while aggression involves expressing yourself in a hostile or disrespectful manner. Assertiveness lies in standing up for yourself in a way that is both respectful and effective. Communicating clearly and directly effective assertiveness starts with clear and direct communication. When you need to express a need or concern, use straightforward language and avoid ambiguity. For instance, instead of saying, "I wish you would help more," say, "I would like you to help with the household chores on weekends." Clear communication helps to prevent misunderstandings and ensures that your message is received as intended. Practice using I statements to express your feelings and needs, such as "I feel frustrated when deadlines are missed," and "I need clearer communication about project updates." Setting and maintaining boundaries. Assertiveness involves establishing and maintaining personal boundaries to protect your well-being. This means recognizing your limits and communicating them effectively. For example, if you need time for yourself and are often interrupted by work calls, assertively communicate your need for uninterrupted time by saying, "I need to focus on my tasks without interruptions from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Boundaries help to prevent burnout and ensure that your needs are acknowledged and respected. Handling criticism constructively. Being assertive also means handling criticism in a constructive manner. When faced with criticism, listen actively and evaluate the feedback objectively. Respond assertively by acknowledging valid points and expressing your perspective without becoming defensive. For example, if someone critiques your work, you might say, "I appreciate your feedback. I will consider your suggestions to improve the project. However, I also feel that my approach has specific reasons that I believe are valid." This approach demonstrates openness to improvement while maintaining your stance. Saying no with confidence. One of the most challenging aspects of assertiveness is learning to say no without feeling guilty. It is important to recognize that saying no is a necessary part of self-care and boundary setting. Practice saying no in a firm but polite manner. For instance, if you are asked to take on additional work that you cannot accommodate, you might say, "I am currently focused on other projects and cannot take on additional tasks at this time. I appreciate your understanding." Saying no confidently helps to manage your workload and prevents overcommitment. Managing conflicts effectively. Assertiveness plays a crucial role in conflict resolution. When conflicts arise, approach the situation with a problem-solving mindset. Communicate your perspective clearly. Listen to the other party's viewpoint, and work together to find a mutually acceptable solution. For example, if you have a disagreement with a colleague about a project approach, express your viewpoint, listen to their perspective, and suggest a compromise that addresses both of your concerns. Assertive conflict management fosters collaboration and helps to resolve issues constructively. Practicing active listening. Assertiveness is not just about speaking up, but also about listening actively to others. Active listening involves fully concentrating on the speaker, understanding their message, and responding thoughtfully. Show that you are engaged by nodding, maintaining eye contact, and summarizing what you have heard. For instance, after someone shares their concerns, you might say, "I understand that you are concerned about the project timeline. Let's discuss how we can address these concerns effectively." Active listening enhances communication and demonstrates respect for others' perspectives. Managing emotions. During assertive communication, maintaining emotional control is essential for assertive communication. During discussions or confrontations, manage your emotions to avoid escalation. Use relaxation techniques, such as deep breathing, to stay calm and focused. For instance, if you are discussing a sensitive issue, take a deep breath before responding to ensure that your reaction is measured and constructive. Managing emotions helps to keep conversations respectful and productive. Building self-esteem and confidence. Assertiveness is closely linked to self-esteem and confidence. To build these qualities, focus on recognizing and celebrating your achievements, strengths, and abilities. Engage in positive self-talk and challenge negative thoughts that undermine your confidence. For example, if you feel hesitant about speaking up in meetings, remind yourself of your expertise and the value you bring to the discussion. Building self-esteem and confidence reinforces your ability to communicate assertively and advocate for yourself effectively. Practicing assertiveness in different situations. Assertiveness can be practiced in various contexts, from personal relationships to professional settings. Start by applying assertive communication in less challenging situations to build your skills and confidence. Gradually extend your assertiveness to more complex scenarios, such as negotiating salary increases or addressing issues in close relationships. By practicing assertiveness in different situations, you develop a versatile skill set that enhances your ability to handle diverse interactions effectively. Embracing assertiveness empowers you to advocate for yourself while maintaining respect for others. It fosters healthier relationships, reduces stress, and enhances your overall sense of well-being. By incorporating assertive practices into your daily life, you create a foundation for clear communication, strong boundaries, and personal empowerment. In a world where the demands of others often push against our own boundaries, embracing assertiveness becomes a powerful tool for maintaining personal integrity and well-being. By clearly communicating your needs, setting firm boundaries, and practicing respect for yourself and others, you lay the groundwork for healthier, more balanced relationships. Assertiveness is not just about speaking up. It's about honoring your own worth and establishing a life where your voice is heard and valued. Remember, true respect begins with respecting yourself, and being assertive allows you to live authentically and confidently. So as you move forward, let assertiveness be your guide, helping you navigate your interactions with clarity, courage, and compassion. In the journey of self-realization, you are both the protagonist and the challenge. Your greatest opponent is not an external force, but the self that struggles to rise above its own limitations. The key to conquering this internal adversary lies in cultivating discipline, a transformative force that shapes your destiny. The inner dialogue is the ongoing conversation you have with yourself, a constant stream of thoughts, judgments, and self-talk that significantly impacts your behavior and perceptions. This internal dialogue is not merely background noise. It is a powerful force that shapes your reality and influences your discipline. Consider the nature of this inner dialogue. It often consists of self-affirmations, doubts, criticisms, and encouragement. The tone and content of these conversations play a crucial role in determining how you respond to challenges and pursue your goals. A positive and constructive inner dialogue can propel you towards success, while a negative or self-limiting one can hold you back. To harness the power of your inner dialogue, start by becoming aware of its content. Pay attention to the thoughts that arise when you face a challenge or consider a new goal. Are they supportive or discouraging? Do they focus on possibilities or limitations? This awareness is the first step in taking control of your internal conversations. Once you are aware of the nature of your inner dialogue, actively work on shaping it to be more positive and encouraging. Replace self-criticism with affirmations of your abilities and potential. When faced with obstacles, instead of doubting yourself, remind yourself of your past successes and the skills you possess. By consciously steering your inner dialogue in a positive direction, you reinforce your self-discipline and enhance your ability to overcome challenges. It is also important to recognize the influence of habitual thoughts. Often these patterns are ingrained and automatic, making them challenging to change. However, by consistently practicing positive self-talk and reframing negative thoughts, you can gradually shift these patterns. For example, if you frequently think, "I can't do this," replace it with, "I am capable of overcoming this challenge." The power of your inner dialogue extends beyond immediate self-talk. It also encompasses your long-term beliefs and attitudes about yourself and your goals. Your inner dialogue contributes to your self-image and confidence. By fostering a positive self-concept and believing in your ability to achieve your goals, you align your actions with your aspirations. Consider how your inner dialogue affects your emotional state. Negative self-talk can lead to feelings of anxiety, self-doubt, and frustration, while positive self-talk can foster a sense of empowerment and resilience. By managing your inner dialogue, you influence your emotional responses and maintain a more balanced and disciplined approach to your goals. Effective management of your inner dialogue also involves addressing and challenging limiting beliefs. These are deep-seated thoughts that dictate how you view your capabilities and potential. By identifying these beliefs and consciously replacing them with more empowering ones, you can break free from self-imposed limitations and enhance your discipline. Your inner dialogue is a powerful force that shapes your behavior and influences your ability to be disciplined. By becoming aware of and actively managing this dialogue, you can transform your self-talk into a source of strength and motivation. This transformation is a critical step in developing and maintaining the self-discipline necessary to achieve your goals. Visualization is a potent technique that taps into the power of your imagination to bring your aspirations into reality. It involves creating vivid and detailed mental images of your desired outcomes, essentially rehearsing success in your mind. This practice is not just about seeing an abstract vision, it is about immersing yourself in a full sensory experience that aligns your mental and emotional state with your goals. To begin with, effective visualization requires clarity. You need to be specific about what success looks like to you. Define your goals in as much detail as possible. For instance, if your goal is to achieve a promotion at work, visualize the exact position you are aiming for, the responsibilities it entails, and the environment in which you will be working. Picture yourself in the office, interacting with colleagues, and performing tasks associated with your new role. The more precise and detailed your visualization, the more impactful it will be. Immerse yourself fully in this mental imagery. Close your eyes and create a mental scene where you have already achieved your goals. Engage all your senses to make the experience as real as possible. Imagine the sounds, smells, textures, and even the emotions associated with your success. If you are visualizing a successful presentation, for example, hear the applause, feel the satisfaction of delivering your message effectively, and see the positive reactions of your audience. The emotional component of visualization is crucial. As you picture your success, allow yourself to feel the emotions that come with it. Experience the joy, pride, and excitement as if it were happening right now. These emotions reinforce the belief that success is achievable and create a strong emotional connection to your goals. This connection helps to align your subconscious mind with your conscious desires, making it more likely that you will take the necessary actions to bring your vision to fruition. Incorporate visualization into your daily routine for optimal results. Dedicate a specific time each day to practice this technique, whether it's in the morning to set the tone for the day or before bed to reinforce your goals. Consistency is key. The more frequently you visualize, the more deeply ingrained your vision will become in your subconscious mind. Visualization also helps in overcoming obstacles and preparing for challenges. As you envision your success, consider potential hurdles and visualize yourself overcoming them. This proactive approach equips you with strategies and solutions, making you better prepared to handle real-life challenges. By mentally rehearsing how you will tackle difficulties, you enhance your problem-solving skills and build resilience. It is important to understand that visualization alone does not lead to success. It must be coupled with action. However, visualization serves as a powerful motivator and guide. It helps clarify your objectives, boosts your confidence, and reinforces your commitment to your goals. By regularly visualizing success, you keep your aspirations at the forefront of your mind, which drives you to take concrete steps towards achieving them. Visualization can be used to cultivate a positive mindset. By repeatedly seeing yourself succeed, you build self-belief and diminish self-doubt. This positive reinforcement shifts your perspective, making you more likely to recognize and seize opportunities that align with your vision. The habitual practice of visualization helps to maintain a forward-looking attitude and keeps you focused on your goals. Visualization is a dynamic tool that leverages the power of your imagination to achieve success. By creating vivid, detailed mental images of your desired outcomes and immersing yourself in the associated emotions, you align your mental and emotional state with your goals. This practice not only clarifies your objectives, but also enhances your motivation, confidence, and preparedness to take action. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of personal development and self-discipline. It involves a deep understanding of your own thoughts, emotions, strengths, weaknesses, values, and behaviors. This introspective process is essential for identifying areas for improvement and aligning your actions with your true desires and goals. The journey to self-awareness begins with self-reflection. Take time to examine your experiences, reactions, and patterns of behavior. Reflect on your past successes and failures to understand what drives you and what holds you back. By analyzing these experiences, you gain insight into how you respond to various situations and what motivates you. This reflection helps you identify your core values and beliefs, which in turn guide your decisions and actions. Understanding your strengths is a crucial aspect of self-awareness. Recognize the areas where you excel and the skills that set you apart. This awareness allows you to leverage your strengths effectively, making it easier to set and achieve goals that align with your natural abilities. For instance, if you are particularly skilled in communication, you might focus on roles or projects that utilize this talent, enhancing your overall performance and satisfaction. Equally important is identifying your weaknesses. Acknowledge areas where you may struggle or lack proficiency. This does not mean criticizing yourself, but rather recognizing areas for growth and development. Understanding your weaknesses enables you to seek out resources or support to address these areas, whether through additional training, mentorship, or practice. By addressing your weaknesses, you create a more balanced and resilient approach to achieving your goals. Self-awareness also involves a deep understanding of your values and beliefs. Your values are the principles that guide your behavior and decisions, while your beliefs shape your perceptions and attitudes. By clarifying what is truly important to you, you ensure that your goals and actions are aligned with your core values. This alignment creates a sense of purpose and motivation, making it easier to stay disciplined and focused. Another key component of self-awareness is recognizing your emotional triggers. Understand the situations or interactions that evoke strong emotional responses, whether positive or negative. By identifying these triggers, you can develop strategies to manage your emotions more effectively. For example, if you know that stress at work leads to frustration and decreased productivity, you can implement stress-reducing techniques or seek support to mitigate its impact. Self-awareness also involves assessing your behavioral patterns. Observe your daily routines, habits, and responses to various situations. Identify patterns that support or hinder your progress. For instance, if you notice that procrastination is a recurring issue, explore the underlying causes and develop strategies to overcome it. By understanding your behavioral tendencies, you can make conscious adjustments to foster more productive and disciplined habits. Self-awareness encompasses feedback from others. Seek input from colleagues, mentors, or friends who can offer an outside perspective on your strengths and areas for improvement. This feedback provides valuable insights that you may not have considered on your own. Constructive feedback helps you gain a more comprehensive understanding of yourself and refine your approach to achieving your goals. To deepen your self-awareness, engage in practices such as mindfulness and journaling. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment, which enhances your ability to observe your thoughts and emotions objectively. Journaling allows you to document your reflections, track your progress, and explore your inner thoughts. Both practices support a deeper understanding of yourself and promote personal growth. Self-awareness is a fundamental element of self-discipline and personal development. By reflecting on your experiences, understanding your strengths and weaknesses, clarifying your values, recognizing emotional triggers, assessing behavioral patterns, seeking feedback, and engaging in mindfulness practices, you build a solid foundation for achieving your goals. This profound understanding of yourself enables you to align your actions with your aspirations and cultivate the discipline needed for success. Commitment to growth is a fundamental principle that drives personal and professional development. It involves a dedication to continuous improvement and an openness to learning from experiences, both successes and setbacks. This commitment is not a passive state, but an active, ongoing process of seeking and embracing opportunities for advancement. To cultivate a true commitment to growth, you must first embrace a growth mindset. This mindset is characterized by the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. Unlike a fixed mindset, which views traits as static and unchangeable, a growth mindset recognizes that challenges and failures are opportunities for learning and improvement. Adopting this perspective shifts your approach to obstacles and encourages you to view them as essential components of the growth process. Setting clear and actionable goals is another crucial aspect of commitment to growth. Define what you want to achieve in both the short and long term, and outline the specific steps required to reach these goals. Goal setting provides direction and focus, enabling you to measure progress and stay motivated. Ensure that your goals are SMART specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This clarity helps you stay on track and adjust your strategies as needed. A vital component of growth is seeking feedback and learning from others. Constructive feedback offers valuable insights into your strengths and areas for improvement. Actively seek input from mentors, colleagues, and peers who can provide objective assessments of your performance. This feedback allows you to identify blind spots and make informed adjustments to your approach. Additionally, learn from the experiences of others by reading, attending workshops, or engaging in professional development activities. Adopting a proactive approach to challenges is integral to growth. Instead of avoiding or fearing difficulties, face them head-on with a problem-solving attitude. Challenges often reveal opportunities for learning and development. Approach them with curiosity and resilience, and view setbacks as temporary and surmountable obstacles. This proactive stance fosters a problem-solving mindset and strengthens your ability to navigate complex situations effectively. Continuous learning and skill development are essential for maintaining a commitment to growth. Regularly update your knowledge and skills to stay relevant and competitive in your field. Pursue educational opportunities, such as courses, certifications, or self-study, to enhance your expertise. Embrace lifelong learning as a core value, and remain curious and open to new information and experiences. This ongoing education fuels personal growth and equips you with the tools needed to adapt to changing circumstances. Reflecting on and learning from experiences is a critical practice for growth. Take time to review your experiences, both positive and negative, and extract lessons from them. Reflect on what worked well, what did not, and how you can apply these insights to future endeavors. This reflective process helps you internalize lessons and make more informed decisions, contributing to continuous improvement. Building resilience and perseverance are key elements of a growth-oriented mindset. Growth often involves facing setbacks and overcoming obstacles. Developing resilience enables you to bounce back from challenges and maintain your commitment to growth despite difficulties. Cultivate perseverance by staying focused on your goals, even when progress is slow or obstacles arise. Resilience and perseverance strengthen your capacity to endure and thrive in the face of adversity. Embracing change and innovation is another crucial aspect of growth. The willingness to adapt and embrace new ideas and methods fosters continuous improvement. Stay attuned to industry trends, technological advancements, and evolving best practices. By being open to change and innovation, you position yourself at the forefront of progress and enhance your ability to achieve your goals. Cultivating a support network is important for sustaining your commitment to growth. Surround yourself with individuals who encourage and support your development. Engage with mentors, peers, and colleagues who share your commitment to growth and can offer guidance, encouragement, and accountability. A strong support network provides motivation and resources that help you stay focused and committed to your growth journey. Commitment to growth involves adopting a growth mindset, setting clear goals, seeking feedback, embracing challenges, pursuing continuous learning, reflecting on experiences, building resilience, embracing change, and cultivating a supportive network. This dedication to growth drives personal and professional development, enabling you to reach your full potential and achieve lasting success. Focusing on intentions is a powerful practice that aligns your actions with your deepest desires and aspirations. Intentions are more than mere goals or wishes. They represent the underlying purpose and direction that guide your behavior and decision-making. By concentrating on your intentions, you create a clear pathway towards achieving your objectives and fostering a meaningful and fulfilling life. To effectively focus on intentions, start by defining your core values and purpose. Your intentions should be rooted in what truly matters to you and reflect your fundamental beliefs and values. Take time to explore what drives you, what you are passionate about, and what gives your life meaning. This deep understanding helps you set intentions that resonate with your authentic self and ensures that your goals are aligned with your true purpose. Articulate your intentions clearly and specifically. A well-defined intention is precise and concrete, providing a clear direction for your actions, instead of vague statements like "I want to be successful." Articulate specific intentions such as "I intend to develop my leadership skills to advance in my career." Clear and specific intentions serve as a roadmap, guiding your decisions and actions towards achieving your goals. Visualize your intentions regularly. Visualization involves creating vivid mental images of your intentions as if they have already been realized. Imagine yourself living in alignment with your intentions, experiencing the emotions and sensations associated with achieving your goals. This practice reinforces your commitment and helps you maintain focus on your desired outcomes. Visualization also strengthens your motivation and enhances your ability to take purposeful actions. Incorporate intention setting into your daily routine. Dedicate time each day to reflect on your intentions and how they align with your actions. This could involve morning rituals, journaling, or meditation. Regularly revisiting your intentions keeps them at the forefront of your mind and helps you stay focused on your goals. By making intention setting a daily practice, you reinforce your commitment and ensure that your actions remain aligned with your desired outcomes. Align your actions with your intentions by making intentional choices. Every decision you make should be evaluated in the context of your intentions. Assess whether your actions contribute to or detract from your goals. For example, if your intention is to improve your health, choose activities and habits that support this goal, such as exercising regularly and eating nutritious foods. Intentional choices create consistency and coherence between your intentions and your daily actions. Monitor your progress and adjust your intentions as needed. Periodically review your progress towards your goals and assess whether your intentions remain relevant and align with your evolving aspirations. If necessary, make adjustments to your intentions to reflect changes in your priorities or circumstances. This flexibility ensures that your intentions remain meaningful and responsive to your growth and development. Cultivate mindfulness to enhance your focus on intentions. Mindfulness involves being present and fully engaged in the moment without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, you become more aware of your thoughts, feelings, and actions, which helps you stay aligned with your intentions. Mindfulness also reduces distractions and enhances your ability to make deliberate choices that support your goals. Develop a strong sense of commitment and accountability to your intentions. Hold yourself responsible for staying true to your goals and taking consistent actions towards achieving them. This commitment involves being honest with yourself about your progress and making any necessary adjustments to stay on track. Accountability reinforces your dedication and helps you overcome obstacles that may arise along the way. Create a supportive environment that reinforces your intentions. Surround yourself with people, resources, and tools that support your goals and help you stay focused. This may include seeking out mentors, joining groups with similar interests, or using technology to track your progress. A supportive environment creates positive reinforcement and encourages you to maintain your focus on your intentions. Embrace the process of growth and transformation as you pursue your intentions. Understand that achieving your goals often involves a journey of self-discovery and personal development. Be open to learning from experiences, adapting to challenges, and evolving as you work towards your intentions. This embrace of the growth process enhances your resilience and commitment, allowing you to stay focused on your long-term aspirations. Focusing on intentions involves defining your core values and purpose, articulating clear and specific intentions, visualizing your desired outcomes, incorporating intention setting into your daily routine, aligning actions with your goals, monitoring progress, cultivating mindfulness, developing commitment and accountability, creating a supportive environment, and embracing growth. By concentrating on your intentions, you align your efforts with your deepest desires and create a purposeful path towards achieving your goals. Consistent habits are the foundation of sustained progress and success. They represent the daily routines and practices that, when consistently applied, build momentum and contribute to achieving long-term goals. Developing and maintaining consistent habits requires dedication, discipline, and an understanding of how small, incremental actions lead to significant outcomes over time. To cultivate consistent habits, start by identifying the key behaviors that align with your goals. These habits should be directly related to the outcomes you wish to achieve, whether they involve productivity, health, personal development, or any other area of focus. For instance, if your goal is to improve your physical fitness, consistent habits might include regular exercise, balanced nutrition, and adequate rest. These behaviors should be chosen based on their relevance and impact on your overall objectives. Establishing consistent habits begins with creating a clear plan. Outline the specific actions you need to take and the frequency with which you need to perform them. This plan should include